plane's kind of like would remind you of a stick plane, but it's a little more precision. Pretty windy today, and it seems like it's handling the wind extremely well. You can see with that thick airfoil, it just really slows down and floats nice.
It's not a rip around kind of airplane.
No, it's not a speed plane. It's definitely one that you can take up and just kind of really do some nice slow aerobatics.
Where did it come out weight-wise? Like 8.5 pounds?
Yeah, it came out heavier than his. That his was 7 pounds, 13 ounces. This one was a little over 8 pounds. And I think that's because of the foam we used in the wing. And we also did the tail a little bit different. His tail was all stick built and covered. We stick built it and sheeted it. So we added a little weight, but we also added some strength. And as you can see, it flies quite nicely. You think the 61's enough for it?
Oh, yeah.
He says it's enough. Flies inverted nice. It's a fully symmetrical wing. It's an Epler, I believe 473, and it's 18%. So it's really good airfoil. And thick airfoils like that lend themselves for nice slower aerobatics like it's doing. And it's a quad tapered wing. Just almost next to stops coming out of there.
It's actually very light on its wing.
He says it's light on its wings. If you didn't catch that, trying to get the phone here as close to him as I can. It's got a 14-ounce tank on it, and he did a couple flights that were 10-minute flights with probably a little less than half a tank left. So I think 14, 15 minutes is probably safe to say it. Vertical is pretty good.
And here again, for a plane that's almost 9 pounds, the 61 pulls it around pretty good.
We did measure the static thrust on his, and with a 12.8 on it, it was pulling almost 8 pounds. So it's almost pulling its weight.
I mean, you could throw a 75 in it or a 90, but you're really not going to gain a whole lot, not with this airplane. I mean, you can see it just pulls it around just fine.
You're not really even working it.
No. No, I'm not wide open a whole lot. I mean, I'm just a tick above an idle right there.
How's it tracking, Luke?
Perfect.
The only thing it required was a little bit of up trim. And that could be a little incidence issue, I'm not sure. But the ailerons were, it took maybe 2 clicks of left and that was it. So the wing was nice and true.
That's the other thing it does really nice is the split S. Tracks really nice in it.
Relatively easy plane to build. And it is definitely windy today. Well, next thing we'll do is we'll get his landing when the time comes here, but he is having a ball with it. Okay, folks, he's been up for about, about 12, 13 minutes here. He's getting ready to bring it in. Lands like a feather. Beautiful airplane, it really is. Looks like nothing else. What would you compare it to?
I've never really flown anything like it. You can't really compare it to a stick plane because it's a lot smoother than a stick.
Yeah, all hinge lines were sealed all the way around. And it does have its own look. It's different, and it flies. Oh, you've seen it. It's really nice.
Easy landing gear, 3/16 music wire.
Wheels are Dave Brown's.
Yeah.
Nice and light, and I think they absorb the shock much better.
Ton of room inside of it for batteries or whatever. Mine, I have the battery up by the fuel tank because I need a little bit of nosebleed. It's a different kind of hatch setup. He put it on the side there. It works out nice. Just a couple 440 nylon bolts. I used Dave Brown push rods.
This is actually a plan that was in RCM that many years ago I scaled up from the magazine plan. And I actually made one and flew it for quite a while, and that's how I knew to make the tail a little bit more rigid, is because mine actually busted. The sticks snapped off up close to the fuselage, so it didn't crash the plane, but it was enough that
I would say if you was going to put a 4-stroke in it, which it'd be a really fun 4-stroke plane, it would. But I would probably go with tail wires if you put a 4-stroke in it.
But there you have it, the RCM Ron Boslinetti?
Something like that, yeah.
He designed it, and it's
DeeCee.
Yep. You can find a plan on AutoZone, like Matthew said, it's spelled DeeCee, and it stood for District of Columbia. Must be where the guy was out of. But yeah, it's really nice.